Hello, everyone. Welcome in. My name is Robin, and on today, we will be creating a scissor purse. And the scissor purse can be used in so many ways with the various scissors that you may use as being a crafter, a seamstress, an embroiderer, and even a cosmetologist and or a barber. So that is what when I saw the design, and I did purchase the design from off of Etsy. So when I purchased the design, I thought of myself, and I am a cosmetologist, and everywhere that I go, I always carry my shears, just so that if a lot of times, especially when I go out of town, my family, they moved all over. So when I go out of town, it was like, do you have your shears to, cut my hair? And I was like, I got you. And, I just carry them everywhere, along with a few other tools. And when I saw this purse on Etsy, I said, oh, yes, I'm going to stitch this out. And it's stitched out very well. If you could see in the thumbnail, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is perfect for me. So there was a scissor case, which covers the blades of the scissors so that you won't have that sharp object in the purse and the scissors won't poke through, as well as the scissor pouch. And it's on a slant. So I was like, this is perfect. I absolutely love it. So I am going to, again, welcome everyone in. Thank you so much for everyone who is joining the live. And for those who are watching the replay, welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. So I, at this time, would love to say and welcome my guests. So let me kind of start here from the top. And hello, Jessie Gibson. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hello, Dee Smith. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hello, Stacy, Lady Bear. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you being here. Hello, Dee Smith. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you as well. I appreciate all my guests for this evening. Hello, Lucille Boykins. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hello, Unbiased LLC. Hey, Queen. Welcome in. Drive safely. Thank you so much for stopping by. And let me see here. Hello, Karen G. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate each and every one who came in and to join the live. And on today, hello, Crafts of Success. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. So on this evening, what we will be doing, I'm going to keep my eye on the chat. So what we are going to be doing is stitching out a scissor purse. So if you are a embroiderer, a seamstress, a hairstylist, a cosmetologist, and or a barber, these scissor pouches will come in handy. I did do a case to cover the blade, and then on today we're going to stitch out the purse. So, or I should say like a pouch rather than a purse. So I'm going to change the view of the camera and show you my desk so that I can share with you the items that we have stitched out, and then we'll go on over to the craft bar to get started on today's project. Hello. Hello, Up Designs Customs. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hello, Danny Crash USA. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hello, Lady G. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate everyone for stopping by this evening. Hello, DB. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hello, Miss Marissa Dandridge. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate everyone being here. So let me go ahead and change the view of the camera. So I'm going to go ahead and exit. Hello, D. Smith. Oh, okay. She was saying hello to everyone in the chat. So let me go over to my desktop and I'm going to share the solo view. So here's a bit of the items that we will be looking at this evening. So here is the scissor pouch, and this is the project that we will be working on this evening. I love how it's stitched out with the beautiful and intricate design. Let me bring it up a little closer just so you can see the design with the leaf on here. And it turned out rather nicely. And it's fully functional. And I put the polka dot fabric in the inside. And I also tagged it with my name. And this one I will be using. And it just turned out, and I did not stitch anything on the back. So I find it to be a really nice pouch. Now, the instructions, I did put the link in the description box. The instructions were a bit much. I couldn't follow, so I had to read. It wasn't an easy follow. That's what I should say. It wasn't the easiest, but I did it. So, and here is the case. So this is the case for my shears, and I am a cosmetologist, and I always take my shears with me everywhere I go. And some places, I guess when I'm visiting family or friends and I go out of town, they always ask me, do you have your shears with you? So I've always done this for years. So this case, to keep the scissors in so that they won't poke through, is, I tell you, this, look at this. Look how intricate this is. This design turned out beautiful. I absolutely love it. And then back here, I have a different type of fabric in the inside. So let me let you see down inside the pooch, inside the case. Look at that. That turned out really nice. Thank you. Yes. I'm like, oh, wow. I'm like, this turned out really nice. So this is the case. So I would take my case, put it inside of my pouch, and it fits really nice. And this is the, I'll give you the dimensions in a minute. So, and I always carry a few extra tools as well that I use. And this is for, if you know, one of the traditional sew-ins. And then I also have the traditional sew-in needle here. And even if you have, let me see here, let me put this through the thread. This is for the traditional sew-in, as well as if you need your locks tightened. And I have my all-purpose comb and my clips if you need the hair cut out of your eyes. So, and this will fit really nice and sleek down into your purse. So I really, really, I love this purse. I keep saying purse, but it is a pouch because it can be for anyone who you can change the design if you want, and or you can skip this part. You don't have to design it. So, and I did purchase these little hi Shay, welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. So I did purchase this here is a little gripper to allow you to grip the zipper pull a bit easier. So I did purchase this to add, but the hole on here is so tiny. And with me purchasing, I did purchase some of the wider zippers, but my stitch out, I'm not that comfortable yet with the larger zipper pulls just yet with my embroidery machine, because when it starts stitching by, I just get so nervous. And I'm like, this is going to, well, I can't fit it through just yet. And I want to get the embroidery project started. So I'm going to change the view, and I'm going to put this on because I got the other one on. So let me change the view, and we're going to go over to the craft bar and get the project started. So let me bring up my embroidery machine. So today I'm going to do a similar, well, it's going to be the same pouch, but I'm going to change the color of the thread. So I thought, let's use red thread on the black and do like the black and white in the inside. What do you think? So that's what I was thinking to do for this evening's project. So we are going to, let me back this up just a tad bit, or maybe, oops, sorry about that. Maybe I can just bring it down a little bit, because I did pull the tripod up higher. So what we're going to do, okay, so we'll come on over. So now you can see almost both at the same time. So I have the red thread threaded through, and we are going to go ahead. Let me get my instructions out because I still need them. And we're going to get started. Oh, Shay said the pink and gray. Hello. Paint, paint, paint. Yes. And here is the lining fabric that will be used. And then we'll still have the black faux leather. So we'll still be using the black faux leather. So let's get started. And the red zipper, because I have quite a few zippers and I haven't used them. I keep on, sticking to the basics. So now I just want to just kind of jump out of the box a little bit and change up the color. So we are using the 7.9 by 14 and what is it? Let me get it right. 7.9 by 14 by 2-inch hoop, and it is hooped already, and we are ready to go ahead and start. So first it'll do the outline stitch, and of course I have a thread break, and I have a thread break, and with me doing this project I didn't check my bobbin, so let me cut the thread, starting off with the thread break, but let me check my bobbin because I did not take a look. It's okay. Okay, so let me pull my thread out and I'll see if this works and kind of rethread. And I am away from the chat. Hello, M&M Custom Made, Barb LaFawn, welcome in. So here I'm going to try to do the outline stitch again. Okay, so it might go. So this is the outline so that I'll know where to put my fabric. So it's going to let me know. The first thing I'll put is my zipper. So did anyone have any questions? And I did put the design in the description box. So I wonder if Shay's house is pink. Jesse said, Shay. Is Shay house pink? Oh my goodness. That's funny. If it was up to Shay, I'm pretty sure she would have a pink house. Why not? Let Shay get a hold of her she shed. Oh, I can see her now. So with the zipper, it's a 12-inch zipper, and this design is a 5x9 design, and all of the items that I had to the lining and the outer fabric, they're cut at 7x11. So I have to match the zipper up to the line that is stitched out, and then I always tape it down to secure it. So I kind of, if you can see me, how I'm lifting it up, and I make sure that it is matching, and then I'll go ahead and I'm going to tape her down outside of the stitches. And I am using cutaway stabilizer this evening. So I'll go on the other side, and what I'm going to do is make sure that it is lined up as well. And kind of put the zipper down and re-hoop her. And now that I have that laid out, I can see some areas where it's kind of lifted up a little. And I know I kind of over tape, but I get nervous. I get real nervous when it comes to these zippers and whew. So now it's going to go ahead and stitch down the zipper. So it does one side, and then it'll stop and go over to the right side. So then it'll stop and then kind of go over. It's not going across just yet, because once it goes across, that's a whole nother part of this stitch out. So, and it'll let us know when to unzip the zipper, because we'll be cutting off. Okay, So, and now it's drawing the line. Huh. So I'm not sure why, right now, why the thread just broke again. So I'm going to change the position, lift the hoop, lift the presser foot, and then I'm just going to rethread, but I'm going to bring it closer to me so that I'm not reaching all over the camera, just so I can see and rethread it. And I have quite a bit of practice with rethreading. That's for sure. But practice, practice. That's the only way you're going to, learn your machine. You have to do it. Just do it. So now she's rethreaded. And let's see. She was about to do something. And I believe it was, she was going to stitch out where I should be putting the, so the thread broke again. Not sure why, not sure why. But let me see. This is the third thread break. So sometimes it's the thread. It could be the tension, but I'm holding it. So the only thing you can do is just rethread it. I don't know, or I can't call it right now of what could be possibly wrong and why I'm getting why I got another thread break. But I am going to try it again. Huh. So I'm going in the back and the presser foot is lowered. So I want to go ahead and hit start. So it's had a thread break, but I turned the machine around to me a little bit just so I can see what possibly could be going on. And it keeps getting the, not sure. That's the fourth one. So there has to be a problem. And what that problem is, I can't see it. So what I'm going to do, don't know, is a possibility that I could change this needle. But I'm going to change the bobbin. I don't think this is the problem, but not sure. Oh, okay. The bobbin. Someone said, no. Jennifer Hancock, thank you. Welcome in. So, oh, thank you. Thank you, Jennifer Hancock. So I am going to change the bobbin because something's not agreeing. And it did fine, on the first purse. So what I'm going to do, and I put the bobbin in the shape of a P. Then I'm going to go ahead, go up for one, go up for one, down for two, and cut, put the cover back on. And this is, not knowing the problem, but this is really good practice. I, of course, don't like when it happens while I'm live, but, it's going to happen. This is a part of embroidery. You know, it's and then if you're live, everything's gonna happen. So embroiderer beware. So let's go ahead and try it again. So we're going to see. Okay. So we're back over here. And I have like a whole big old bird's nest over here. Look at that. I tell you, she wanted fresh for the okay, no problem. Let me just cut all these extra threads and all those stops. Okay, that's enough. So it was. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, okay, Jennifer, you have a Janome. Awesome. Yes, I love it as well. Oh my goodness. Stacy, I know what you mean, like completely reload. I'm like, honey. Yes. Oh my goodness. So now we're going to go ahead and let me try and read the instructions. So we're going to put the line that it just stitched out. We'll raise the presser foot and we'll put the leather over, or the faux leather over top of that line. So we'll go ahead, put it over top of the line. And of course, with it being faux leather and me not wanting it to, move out of place, I want to tape it down. And I do use a lot of tape because I think it's very nerving when the stuff starts moving and puckering, I should say. It's puckering as I'm trying to do a stitch out. So that, so I'm going to go ahead right after I laid down the faux leather. Then it's going to tack that down. And I put the faux leather on the previous line that is stitched out. And yes, I laid it down. So now I can go ahead and put the batting. I'm going to go ahead, lift my presser foot up and over top, let me see here. Yes, over top of the, make sure I'm covering the entire design. I am going to place the batting, and I want to make sure that the batting is over top of all the stitches. So you see the stitches there, and then I'll fully cover with the batting. And I make sure I have enough left and right. And let me see here. Okay, press the foot down, and then we'll go ahead and start. And I do have my handy dandy tool here just in case. So let me try and see what everyone is saying in the chat. Goodness. Yes, okay. Yes, it does happen. Yes, Jesse. Yes, it does. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Welcome in, Jennifer Hancock. You're new to my channel. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for joining us this evening. I really appreciate you. And let me see here. So now that we have finished stitching out, we're going to go ahead and unhook her and kind of get rid of the excess batting. And I'm going to use my single, try and use my single bend scissors. So I'll go ahead and let me make sure I'm in frame. Yes, I'm in frame. So I'll go ahead and you want to cut near the stitches, but don't cut the stitches. And you just go ahead and cut on alongside the stitches, but do your best not to cut the stitches. So we'll go ahead and just keep cutting until the excess batting is off. So I'm getting toward the top, and let me hold them up just a little. Hold the batting up a little. And just cut on around. And I'm getting there almost. And when you cut close as you possibly can, you reduce a lot of the bulk so that when you're doing your stitch out, it's not all bulky. So you want to get as close as possible. So here we have, yes. Okay. So I do have the batting cut. So now I can rehoop her and so I cut the polyester, well, yeah, the polyester batting around the stitching. And now I can take some of the tape off. And we're going to flip the actual leather, the faux leather downward. And then I'll use that same piece of tape and kind of hold that right out of place, right, in place. So let me go ahead and rehoop her. So I don't think it's taut enough because this is not strong tape at all. So I have my packing tape that I learned to use with some other projects. And I think because it's getting a little hard to tear, that I'm getting toward the end of the tape. So I have to get some more of that packing tape. So I apologize for the loud noise. So I'm putting the packing tape just to keep the faux leather a bit taut. And when I say taut, I mean I would love for it to be my extra hands to keep it from getting caught up in the embroidery machine. So I'll go ahead, put the pressing foot down, and get my wooden finger. And it's stitching out rather nicely. Thank you. Yes, so it's going on around. Okay, so that's looking really nice. So the next thing that it'll do is start the pattern and the pattern of the leaf. And now that's starting the pattern of the leaf, and it's looking rather nice. I love it. It gets right down to business real quick. So did anyone, oh, okay, let me go back down to the bottom. Hello, Miss Evelyn Warner from Orlando. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yes. Did anyone have any questions? And this design is in the description box. So let me see if you can get just a little bit closer that you can see the red and black. Look at that. Mm. That turned out so nice. Wow. Look at that. That turned out really nice. Wow. I love it. Okay. So while that is stitching, let me go back to the chat. Oh, wow. So that's coming along really nice. So, um, again, today we are stitching out a scissor pouch. Now, you can take any one. Now, I put my shears in there. So let's go and I'm going back to get, while it's stitching out the embroidering, the actual pattern. Let me go ahead and pull out the my scissors. So I'm going into my little machine. Well, into my I'm actually going into my drawer, and I'm looking. Okay, I'm looking for my scissors. Okay, so I don't know if these scissors will fit in the pouch because these scissors I didn't measure them, but you would put the uh, scissors in first and then the handle and zipping it up. And look at that, it fits. Fits right down. And these are your sewing scissors. These are my sewing scissors. So whenever I cut fabric, I want to keep it nice and sharp. And then you can fit that right in your pouch. So this pouch can be used, and I think it's handy because you can just drop it, in your purse or in your briefcase and keep going. So I think this is a really nice pouch. This is a really nice pouch. And here's the inside I did with the polka dot. So this is the project that we're working on. So that is really cool that, the regular size scissors is able to fit in here as well. So I'm happy about that. Yes. So that is great. Okay. So the next step will be to go ahead and let me see here. I will unhoop her, and we're going to go to the back of the embroidery hoop. At this time, we're going to flip her over. And we are going to place our fabric on top of the stitches that go across. So we'll put and make sure that the lining fabric is on top and over the stitches. So let's go back to the other piece of tape that I had. And this is on the back. So what I did, or what the instructions had me do, was turn this project over. So I had to, of course, flip it over, unhoop it, and flip it over. So you just want to tape it down. Some people may not use as much tape as I use. I think I may over tape, but I do it only because I don't want any of the fabric to get caught inside of the embroidery machine. So I do over tape. So I have the lining fabric and it's covering the zipper. So you can see it through here just a little bit. And making sure that it doesn't obstruct. And we're going to go ahead and press the foot down. And the embroidery machine is going to adhere. Now, I felt something pulling. What was pulling? May have been a thread. I'm not too sure. Yeah, it looks like it was possibly a thread. Okay. So I didn't see it, but it looks like it was a thread. So I'll unhoop her again, lift up the presser foot, and unhoop her. So I think with the thread being long, and it made like a loop. Okay, so now I can go ahead with all this tape that I have, remove all this tape. Remove the tape, and then I'll bring the fabric down. And so it can go over top. So this is the lining fabric. This will be inside of the pouch. So once I remove my tape that I keep on there just to keep the placement, and then I'll just flip it over. Okay, so now it's flipped over. And let me make sure that there's no puckers in here. And then I'll go ahead. And that looks really nice. I mean, that looks really nice. So now it's face up. I'll go ahead. And it is also instructing me at this time to, on the front, to move the zipper inside. So at this time, you open your zipper and put it in the middle. And I have the zipper in the middle. And I'll go ahead. Okay, so the zipper's in the middle of the project. And then I'll get the other piece of the faux leather. And then this piece goes right on top. So I'll make it extend over. See how I'm extending it over the zipper. Let me make sure I'm in frame. So this time I want it to go over top of the zipper. So it can get a good tack down. So I did not put I'm not sure. Maybe I'll put my embroidery tag on the inside. Maybe I'll go ahead and put it on the inside. Okay. Not to hold you. So let me get another piece of tape, because this will now hold down the leather that's on the opposite side, the extra piece of faux leather. So let me just move that up. And tape her down. I apologize for the loud noise. Okay, so now that we have her taped down, then I can go ahead and rehoop her. So it'll be doing two things at one time. It's going to be stitching the front and the back all at the same time. So I'll make sure I put my tag on right before I stitch the other portion of the lining inside. So this fabric that's underneath, I have to be sure that it's not getting hooked up into the machine. Okay, so, okay. So let me go ahead. Okay, so the fabric is a little in the way. Awesome. Okay, so now everything is taped down. Robin going to make sure it's taped down, that's for sure. So it's going over top of the zipper this time. Over top of the zipper. Going over the zipper. And I just use the wooden tool just to keep everything from wrinkling up. Awesome. Okay. So now we have everything stitched. And it went on around. Awesome, awesome. And remove it from the hoop. And now we'll put the back side of the fabric on. So let me cut this piece here. Okay. Just some extra thread. And we're almost done. So let me just unhoop her again. And it's asking for me to turn it over on the back. And at this time, I will go ahead and place my tag. And I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I'll place the tag here on the side. And I'll make sure it's over top of the stitches. And of course, I'm going to use more tape. Unbiased says over taper. Yes, I am. I am unbiased. I don't know. I don't know. I am an over taper, but at the same time, let me say, put the lining face down. Fix it with adhesive. Do not spray adhesive. You see that unbiased is asking me to to tape it down. So yes, so I do it only for that extra security because okay, it's being floated on the top, and this tape just helps me. It's like an extra pair of hands. Okay, so I have the other piece there, and it says face down, and then we'll go ahead and rehoop. So let me see here. Yeah, I can't even begin to make an excuse. I'm biased. I am an over taper. So let me go ahead and add after I move all my stuff out the way. Okay, so there's tape back here and also my fabric. Okay, so it was a little tight getting it up there. So I think I got it now. So it's going to go back over and it's going to tack in my tag as well. So press the foot down and then I'll go ahead. Goes over the zipper. Okay, it went over the zipper for sure. I don't know if it's broke. Oh, goodness. I don't know if the zipper broke or not. Because I see exactly what happened. It came, the hoop was not hooped properly. Okay. Let me try to get my seam ripper. Oh, this is just wonderful. So I can get the seam ripper later. Let me try this again. I guess. Let me try and move the fabric out of the way. Now we're down to the home stretch, and I did see it going. Okay. Let me try this again. Okay. So let me go back a couple stitches. The press the foot up. Okay. Press the foot up. Okay, so we're going to start stitching again. Okay, so over the zipper, and then it'll do it one more time, and that will secure everything from the opening. Okay, so now we are done. So let me go ahead and unhook her. And I have to use my seam ripper to get these stitches from the zipper. And hopefully the zipper will still work. So let me get my seam ripper out. And I do have a let's see here. Yes. My seam ripper here. Put my machine back here. Put all my tools away. And I am going to need the scissors here. And we will go ahead and take all this tape off. And I'm going to go over to my desk. And I'll change the view. So thanks, everyone. If I missed you coming in, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate everyone. So I'm get ready to change the view and unhoop her. And cut the excess off, as well as take out the additional threads. So did anyone have any questions? Oh, goodness. Let me see. Hi, Nikki A. Welcome in. Evelyn Warner. Thank you. She said, no such thing as over taping. Yes, and that's in my voice because I'm like cracking up. I'm like, I know that I'm an over taper because just trying not to get things hooked up in this machine. When that machine start moving all fast, I get so nervous. So it's all a part of me learning. So I'm new to this journey, and certain things just give me anxiety. I'll be like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So we'll go ahead and let me see here. It looks like it's a bit stuck. And it's a bit black. Okay, testing, testing. Am I back? Am I back? Okay, so I think I know. I, I I really can't explain it because StreamYard, it just went black. I'm not for certain. But what I am, can everyone hear me now? Okay, yes, Danny, thank you. Yes, so I'm going to remove the stitches. And when you have all of this, the tape that I put on there, the amount of tape, when you stitch over top of the tape, what it does is kind of perforate everything, and the perforations will allow you to get everything kind of out of it. Just rips easy, like anything that is perforated, and it just rips pretty easy. So that's what it does. It rips pretty easy once the stitches go on top of your design. So that is, let me see here. um these are the stitches when my embroidery hoop became unhooped, and I didn't realize it because I was standing on top of it and not seeing the whole view. So when it did so, and me not knowing, I was like, oh my goodness, I see what happened. Yes. Oh, thank you, Shay Shay. She said everybody in the office can hear me. Hello, office. Everyone in the office, welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you being here. Let me see. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of get these stitches out, and they're coming. They are coming out. So hopefully I did not ruin the zipper. Um, because I didn't, again, I didn't catch it being unhooked until it was already unhooked. So we will see in just a second. I am taking out the extra stitches. Almost there. And I can definitely see a couple more. Okay. And I think it's like two more here. And is she? I see Shay Shay laughing. I know everybody in the office like, oh wow, she funny. So let me see. Almost done. It just seems like they didn't want to come out. They're in there. And let me see here. What is everyone working on this evening? Is anyone working on a project? I saw some of the beautiful quilts that Shay stitched out, and they were gorgeous. I mean, she stitched out a heart, a sewing machine. I'm like, wow. She was working, and they all look so beautiful. They're all just so unique and colorful and beautiful. So I think that was some great work that you did this weekend. Or, over time, however long it took you, you did a great job, Shay. Let me take all the other tape off. And almost done with all the tape. And then I'll take this hoop and loosen it up, and we'll push it out. And let me put the hoop in a safe place, because we don't want to be buying no hoops. So put it where it belongs. So the stabilizer that we use this evening is cutaway stabilized. I mean, tear away. And you see how easily it's tearing? So it just tears right away, and you just get rid of the extra stabilizer that's not needed. And I'm pulling it away first before I cut everything away, only because I don't want that crunchy sound in the project. So not sure. Okay, not sure why I'm looking a little fuzzy. I shouldn't be fuzzy. There's no need for that. But I do see that things are a little fuzzy. And then I have all these stripes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take my scissors here, and I'm going to cut around and not cut the thread, and just cut around the project. Cut as close to the stitches, but don't cut the stitches. Go on across, cut the zipper, go to the top, and you can take a peek on both sides. And you can go on around and cut the zipper here, but you don't want to cut. Okay. So in here, I'm going to go ahead and cut the extra faux leather off. And I'm almost done. Almost done here. And then we'll flip it inside out. It looks like my screen has cleared up a bit. So it leaves a little hole right here. So I'll go ahead and let me put my tray just to block out and make it more prominent. So I'll go ahead and flip the pouch inside out. And it's coming through rather nicely. And it's coming through, and you just keep pushing, flipping it inside out. And you can see the lining. And the lining we chose this evening was the black and white stripe. Hi, Donzel. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yes, so we are almost there. And we have yes, okay. So that's looking rather nice. And then you can take your tape, your double-sided heat tape, and close up the closure. So you see here. So I'm using the tear away stabilizer. So I'll go ahead, tear that away. I have the hole to stitch up. And I'll open up the zipper. Let me cut the threads. And I'm just kind of pushing the scissors onto the thread. The scissors are rather sharp. So, you know, it doesn't take much. You just kind of push. And I'm going to open this zipper up as much as I can. And then flip the rest of the pouch inside out. And it's looking really nice. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Another nice pouch. Look at this. Oh, I love the red and black. This is really, really nice. Oh, wow. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. The leaf detail is, I mean, the faux leather is just so supple and really, really nice. Oh my, I love it. I absolutely love it. Everything turned out really nice. And when you unzip it, you see the stripes. And then I also have my name tag in the inside. Look at that. Wow. I absolutely love it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lady G. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Papyrus Petal Design. Welcome in. I apologize if I missed anyone. Hello, Keisha Elliott. Welcome in. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Thank you, Danny Crash USA. You love the red and black. I'm like, wow. I never even thought. But, you know, you get, hello. Man Mace TV, thank you. You love it too. Thank you. Aw, thank you. Oh, thanks to everyone. Yeah, so you know, you have all of these zippers and then I have the zipper pulls, and I don't know if I'll be able to fish it through the hole because you know, for the sake of time, I don't want to hold everyone up. But these are the pulls that I have to add it, and you get so many different colors. And that's why I had to use a different color on the pouch because I have to use all these up. And here are my various zippers. And I have, you know, quite a few. I mean, there's a lot of zippers that I have, and I have some, but they have this bigger pull, and I don't know how I would use that on my embroidery machine without my machine hitting the circle. So I haven't used the circle pulls yet, but I have quite a few colors of 12-inch zippers and pulls. So I want to use up as many of the colors that I possibly can. And I am preparing as well for a craft show that'll be held on November the 8th. And, you know, with that craft show, you just never know what other colors that others will like. So here is the scissor pouch. And you can take your craft scissors, unzip your pouch, take your craft scissors, put them in your pouch, and zip your pouch. Isn't that nice? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, Eve from the Baby's Booty. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hi, Miss Becky. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Oh, you're asking me. So we missed last week, Donzel, to answer your question. Last week Miss Becky was out of town. But she will be on tonight. She will be on tonight. Aw. But thanks. And I was just going back and seeing the chat. And if I missed anyone, I apologize. But tonight we did do the zipper pouch and the real quick, I will show you the pouch that I made and before the live. And here's my zipper pouch, and my tag is on the outside, and I will be keeping this one. And it's like a gray, silvery, and with the black. And then in the inside, I have the polka dots. So this is the zipper pouch. And I am a cosmetologist, and I like to keep my scissors in my purse, my shears. So here are my shears. And this is the case that I created. Well, I stitched out on my embroidery machine for my shears to be in my purse so that it won't poke me. So here is the case. So this really, really, oh, thank you so much, Keisha Elliott. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate you. Thanks so much. And this case, and in the inside, it has the stripes as well. And it just helps protect the shears or, whatever scissors. Let's try the, yeah, they're in the pouch. So here are my shears. And then my shears go right inside of my purse. And I was telling everyone, and being a cosmetologist, I always travel with my shears as well as my traditional sew-in, my hair weaves, needle and thread, as well as my lock. I can tighten up your locks. And this is my needle for my locks, as well as my clips to cut your hair. And then here I have the all-purpose comb to cut and style your hair. And all of that fits right inside of the pouch. Isn't that nice? Yes, shears on deck for an emergency wig snatch. I love it. Yes, Eve. Yes, I love it. I love it. And this, yes, unbiased. This is a really nice size. I'm like, oh my goodness. I love it. Love it. Love it. On the spot hair treatment in the grocery store and everything. Thank you. Yes, Keisha Elliott. Yes. I'm like, work too long and too hard to learn how to cut hair, all types of hair. So, and it's what I love to do. So let me go ahead and change the view. And I really enjoyed everyone being here this evening. Let me change it to the solo view. Yes. So, LOL, let me touch you up in aisle 9. Hey, I wouldn't have a problem. But according to, yes, whatever the state law is. So, yes, so I, again, want to thank everyone for stopping by. And at this time, I want to ask everyone to bloom where you are planted. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. Yes. Thanks, everyone. Good night.